guys, what is up? If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cash, like money. So today is a Valentine's Day chit chat, get ready with me life update. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. But before we get into the video, don't forget to first smash that notification bell so you can be a part of the glam fam. As always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can be linked on all my newest content. Let's get into the video, shall we? Hey guys, so I do not have a foundation, and so like my foundation is like out. And what else don't I have? I don't have a primer, so I'm just gonna do this Valentine's Day get ready with me without a liquid foundation. I'm just gonna do it with my powder. Most of the stuff that I do have is drugstore, with a few exceptions, like my lipstick, my eyeshadow palette, and my highlighter is non-drugstore, but the rest is pretty much a drugstore, so it's pretty affordable. I don't know what I'm gonna name this yet. It might be like a, I don't know, like everyday drugstore Valentine's Day get ready with me. But anyways, I just want to chit chat and I want to catch up with you guys because it's February, it's Valentine's Day, a lot of good stuff happened to me in January, so I just want to chat and like catch up. So let's get into the video, shall we? I've done enough rambling. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's get into this makeup tutorial. First, I'm going to go in with e.l.f.'s Perfecting Finishing HD Powder. I learned this from 𝒻𝑜𝓃𝓈, and my brushes are not clean. I didn't clean them. I only use them on myself. I used to be a makeup artist. I'm pretty sanitary, but for this video, girl, don't come for me in the comments, okay? All right, bet. So January, a lot of good things happened to me, honestly. I upgraded my equipment, so I got a MacBook Pro. Was really excited about that because I have been on YouTube for about 10 years now. I took it seriously about 2 years ago, and then COVID, I kind of like fell off, honestly. Like I stopped doing it, and now this year I really want to get back into things. So I have a MacBook Pro that I got, that I upgraded my equipment with, and I got the Sony ZV-1, which is like a vlogging camera. I am on it right now, and I got a lens for it. I didn't hook up the lens for this video, but I have a lens, so when I'm sitting down, it will be more of a wide angle lens, and that the aperture will be a lot better. If you don't know what aperture is, the aperture is what blurs the background and puts the focus on you. So yeah, a lot of tech talk, but I'm loving the camera and I'm loving the MacBook, and it has literally made my life so much easier, honestly, like so much easier. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with Fit Me matte poreless. I'm a matte girl. I like matte, and I also still do my makeup like the 2000s, like 2016, 2018. Like I still do my makeup like that. I don't really do like the feathery brows and the sheer foundation. Like I love matte and like a lot of foundation. So, and I'm gonna put my powder on, and then I'm gonna go on top of my concealer since I'm not doing a liquid foundation. That's just how I'm gonna do it. So also, besides just upgrading my equipment, I did get my brows ombre. I got them microbladed by Nicole. I will put her information down below. That video will be up sometime shortly after this. I have to edit it and get a couple more clips from the day that I went into her. I'm loving it. I literally wake up and I feel like I don't have to do much. I do need to get a touch-up, which I'm probably going to get in April around my birthday. But other than that, I'm loving the results, and I highly recommend if you are like a makeup person or you're in the beauty industry and you kind of just want like a seamless morning and you don't like spending a lot of time in the morning getting ready, then I highly recommend it. So I'm like a high maintenance, low maintenance girl. I do things that are high maintenance to keep my daily life low maintenance. So I like the low maintenance of my day-to-day, so I will spend the money on an expensive service like getting my brows ombre, so that every day I don't have to pencil my brows in. Like it makes sense to me. I don't know, but it makes sense to me. This is a Real Techniques brush. I don't know what happened to the back of it, but it's a Real Techniques brush. Also what happened to me in January is I signed up for Lana Lash's CEO business course. That course literally like changed my life so much. Every single time I take anything with Lana, my life improves. The last time I took her 21-day challenge and I got monetized for Reels on Instagram, and then this time I took her CEO business course and I got monetized for Facebook Reels this time, and I got Instagram subscriptions, and I gained like 1,000 followers on TikTok because I was posting like every day, and she just like gives really good tips and really good advice. So if you are looking for a lash mentor or to take a lash CEO course, or like the behind the scenes of lashing, it really doesn't have to do specifically with lashing. It has more to do with the business side of lashing, which I felt like I was lacking in, so I invested in myself. She's like one of the best. Literally, she's in Miami, Florida, but it's all like a virtual, like you can watch it on your laptop or whatever. And she has like really good support groups and just a great community that she's built up. So I highly recommend that. It's been a game changer for me, and I can just see I'm like more booked and everything, and I'm showing up more on social media, and my platforms are just growing a lot more just from taking that course. So best investment ever, literally. Also, I did hire a lash mentor. I hired Juicy Glam. She's located in California. I'm not sure 100% which part of California. I just know she's a California girl. And I am on this Monday will be week 3 in February. So we started at the end of January and it will go until the end of February. Obviously, it's 4 weeks. Literally also life-changing. Like, she's just really given me a lot of information on behind the scenes and like how to brand yourself and marketing and business credit and like all that stuff, and just the correct way to do it, which I didn't know the details of all of that. So me hiring a mentor is going to save me a lot of time and money on making mistakes. So I highly recommend hiring a mentor. This is NYX matte bronze. I love a good matte bronze, so I'm gonna go in with this. I should really do my concealer first, but we're just gonna go ahead and do the bronze first. What else was I gonna say? Okay, so I did the mentorship, I did the class, the microblading. Yeah, I don't know, I've been like doing Reels a lot more, and I've really been enjoying TikTok a lot. Oh, last night I was on this guy, his name is Forrest. I don't want to say the other name, like I think it's Laurent, and he has like 75,000 followers and I think like 1 million something on TikTok, and I was on his live last night. It was so random. Like, I was in my pajamas, I was ready for bed, I was watching You, and then I just like randomly hopped on his live commenting, and then he was like, oh, you're making good points, hop on. And I like hopped on, and I was on there for like 2 hours. But I just feel like this year I'm really showing up in social media, and it's really, really nice. So I'm loving it. I'm loving putting myself out there. All right, so yeah, and I think he's a photographer from Texas. So I'm just really networking with a lot of people, and it's just bringing in a lot of good like opportunities and a lot of good energy. Oh, and also I was on Javen, and I didn't know that his name was Javen. I thought his name was Javon, but it's Javen. I was on Javen and Friends podcast, and so Forrest also said, like, he's like, do you have a podcast? And I was like, no, I don't have a podcast. And he's like, you need one. And I've been wanting to do a podcast, you guys, for so long, but I've just been like hesitant because I have kids, I have my lash business, I have lash trainings, I'm trying to get back into YouTubing, and I have literally content creation is like also a job. Like, you have to show up, it's part of your business. So it's like so much stuff on my plate already. Like, did I really want to add an additional thing to it? But I get it's all in one though. Like, it's really cohesive, like everything goes in one. So I could talk about my lash business, I could talk about being a mom, I could talk about YouTube and YouTube tips and tricks and content tips and tricks. So it kind of all flows together and just makes sense. But I'll get there. I'm gonna do it. I have it like written down in my like stuff to do, and like in my planner I put down what I want to do and what I want to launch each month. And I really do want to do a podcast. I think that would be great because I have a lot of good viewpoints on things, and like my life experience is so extensive that you wouldn't think, or how I look, I don't look like what I've been through basically. So I think I have a lot to say about a lot of topics. So be on the lookout for my podcast. I already have a name for it, I already have like a brand, everything like set up for it, so I just need to execute it, honestly. So be my accountability buddy and tell me to launch my podcast. Also, I hired a personal trainer and then I shortly did not do personal training with her anymore, but I got a membership to the Y and it's been going pretty good. I have lost 10 pounds so far from January 1st, and all I've been doing is lifting weights and cardio. My diet, I do have cheat days. I have 2 cheat days, and then I pretty much eat chicken, broccoli, and brown rice, or I eat steak, broccoli, and potatoes, which isn't the healthiest, but it still is like a bodybuilding meal, I guess you would say. And if you guys don't know, I do have my personal trainer certificate, and I worked at Experience Fitness for about like 6 months, and I hated it because personal trainers do not get paid good at all, you guys. So I have knowledge behind it, but I just really wanted to hire a personal trainer to hold me accountable because I didn't feel like I would be able to do it by myself, because obviously I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing in order to lose weight and to tone and tighten. I really just want to tone and tighten my body. I do want to get to a specific weight because I do want to get my BBL done either this year or next year, and my whole goal is to lose weight just for the BBL. Like, I know that people are like, that sounds stupid or whatever, but like, I don't want the doctor to have to do a lot of work, 1. For 2, you literally stay the same exact weight because it's just a fat transfer. So my goal is to be 135 and then I quit because the schedule just didn't work for me, and it was like a lot of responsibility. But however, I have not been there as a customer, and I really want to go this Valentine's Day weekend as a customer, but I really just want to go honestly to take pictures so that I can recreate this look that 𝒟𝑒𝓂 did. And so it was just a idea I had for the video to recreate an Instagram baddie girl makeup and outfit. And so I already got the outfit and the aesthetics. Like, in her picture she has a white marble floor, and I know that in Slush they have white marble floors, so I think I'm gonna go there this weekend. I'm gonna find some time to go and take pictures, and I really want to start taking more pictures. And I have so many outfits, you guys, and I like constantly go shopping. Like, I just bought a whole bunch of stuff from Fashion Nova, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a Fashion Nova haul, and then like I never sit down to do it or like execute it. So I need to actually execute that this year. I put a shit ton of bronzer on, I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of bronzer. So yeah, and this is a MAC. I believe it's a 187 brush. This is like an OG brush when I used to be a makeup artist at MAC. I had this brush, so she's been through a lot with me, honestly. And if you guys don't know, I used to be a makeup artist. I went to cosmetology school when I was like 21, and I worked for MAC, Sephora, and Ulta. So like, I literally had every single job you can think of. I am a jack of all trades and a master of none. No, but I'm really a master of all of them. I'm not gonna lie, not to like toot my own horn or anything, but and then I'm going to go in with e.l.f.'s 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish. MUA Nessa actually recommended this to me. I took her makeup course and it was pretty bomb. So if you are in the Texas area, please go and take her class. Also, like, Texas and Atlanta have been calling my name. I have never been. I am from Wisconsin. If you did not know, I'm from the Midwest. It's really boring here. And I just want to network, and like everybody that I've been networking with has literally been in those 2 states. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Because Atlanta is obviously Georgia, but yeah, so I really want to travel to Texas and Atlanta this year so that I can experience outside of Wisconsin. Like, I've traveled outside of Wisconsin before, but just with like networking and stuff, I really just want to see how those 2 places are and like just feel what their vibe is, I guess. People outside of where you're from will support you so much more. Strangers will support you so much more than people that you know. And also, I think partially it's because people that you know come from the same place as you, and they really don't want to like admit that you're like further along than them and you both come from the same exact place. I think they don't like that, honestly. So I think it's important to branch outside of your comfort zone. And a lot of times too, like, I went to college in Minnesota. So when I went to college in Minnesota and I isolated myself and I just focused I felt like I was like years ahead because I didn't have as many distractions and I didn't have the negative people like bringing me down, telling me what I could or couldn't do. I just did it. And I was like, don't move, you're gonna hate it. Like, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to go to school or college out of state, because like, you're not surrounded by your friends, you don't know anybody, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You can't rely on anybody but yourself, basically. So it's like you get a lot of good survival skills in the process, and it's just a good learning experience, I think. So move out of your hometown. I know I should take my own advice and move out of my hometown now, but I have before and I moved back. But I think I do want to move again. I don't think that I want to stay in Wisconsin forever, to be honest. One of the things that probably is stopping me is my children. That is different. Like, everybody else who has moved, they don't have children. So, and I don't have a support system here, so I guess it wouldn't really be any different if I moved out of state. It kind of would be the same scenario, I guess. But yeah, that's probably like my only liable excuse that I'm giving myself to not move out, is I have kids and I don't want to like disrupt their learning and their school and their friends and stuff, and them to start all over. Like, I just don't want to be selfish, you know, but could benefit us in the long run. We'll see. Oh, and also I'm getting veneers for my birthday in April. I'm going to Mexico to get it done. I already have my passport. I have not booked it yet, which I really need to like get on that. But in January, I was just doing so much stuff and I didn't want to like overdo it, because I'm like a workaholic and I didn't want to like burn myself out. You know what I mean? And I have a tendency to burn myself out very quickly because I just don't know how to stop. And I'm just like a workaholic. Like, a lot of Tauruses are workaholics. If you didn't know, I am a Taurus. So yeah, we just work a lot. It's just in our nature. Like, we really enjoy stability and security. So yeah, I'm gonna contour my nose now. Going in using that same NYX bronzer, NYX, I don't know. When I worked at Sephora, was this Sephora? When I worked at Ulta, they would always be like, it's NYX, and then like customers or clients would say it's NYX, so whatever you prefer to call it. Yeah. What else is new? My dating life is like non-existent. That's like nothing new. I talk about that on the podcast with Javen, about like how hard it is to be an entrepreneur and to date. Yeah, I can't date. I have been single for like, in June it will be 2 years, you guys. Single for 2 years, and I have been celibate since October of 2021. Is 21? Yeah. 21, 22, 23. Yeah, that's 2 years, 3 years? Is it 3 years? 2 years. Yeah. So, yeah, my last relationship was in June of 2021, but like, to be real, that relationship was dead like way before June. So, yeah, so now I'm not even really looking. I'm just dating myself. Like, I told myself, like, I want to date myself and set the standard for how people need to treat me with the relationship that I have for myself. And I'm just really establishing boundaries, and instead of having expectations of other people, I just have standards. And if you don't meet my standards, immediately no. Like, immediately no. Like, I'm good. Like, no thank you. It's gonna be a hard pass for me, okay? It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Because like, I think that whoever you pick to be your partner or who you date is the second biggest decision you make in your life next to your career. Like, it's so crucial, because you have to think about like everything that you go through or that you deal with. Basically, your relationship impacts that. Everything, like everything. And I think people nowadays, especially in this generation, they take it like way too light. Like, they don't take it as serious as it should be, I guess. And people are like, oh, dating should be fun. And like, yes, dating should be fun, but also you should very much so date intentionally, like with a purpose and with an intention. And me, the type of girl I am, I do everything with intention. Like, literally ever. I can't not do anything with intention. That's just like who I am in my nature. So I, of course, always date with intention. And for me, I'm looking for like a specific thing and a specific end goal. And I know the vision I have for my life and like how powerful my purpose is. So I need someone who is equally gonna match that. And that is so hard to come across or find, because I'm not trying to find it. Like, I'm trying to be in my feminine energy. I'm trying to be in my purpose, and I'm trying to have it find me. You feel me? Like, I want it to find me. I don't want to find it. I want it to find me. So there's that. My love life is non-existent. Next topic. No, I'm just kidding, but no. Honestly, too, like, my life in the last 2 years, I have focused so much on my career, and it's so much better. And I know, like, it's not the end all be all. Like, I'm not super like feminist and be like, my career is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like, you should be somebody outside of being a girlfriend, and you should be somebody outside of being a wife, and you should be somebody outside of being a mother. Like, you just shouldn't be these titles and that's all you have going for yourself, because then when those titles could be taken away or you don't have those things anymore, you lose part of yourself. So I really strongly suggest anybody watching this video to get an identity and a self-concept for yourself outside of who you are for other people. Like, who are you when you're alone? Like, who are you when you're not performing? Who are you? You know what I mean? So that for me, like, these last 2 years were like me really discovering, like, who am I without everything? You know what I mean? Like, finding myself. So it's been a good journey. It's been like a healing journey, and like I love it, and I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about myself, and I'm learning like what I like and don't like, and I'm just setting the boundaries to back that up and having the discipline to walk away when I don't get my needs met. Yeah, so this is my Lori Harvey year. I'm little baby, and little baby is me because I literally do this to everything, I swear, just like he does. It's so funny. Did you see that recently in, like, you know, social media? He's always like this. But that's me. I do the same thing. So I feel him. I definitely feel him. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about balancing life and being a mom and like trying to do all of this stuff. Honestly, I don't know how I do it sometimes. Like, I don't know how I'm like such a superhuman all the time. I just know that I like don't have any other choice. Like, if I don't wake up and like, you know, have clients and stuff, like, I don't eat. My kids don't eat. Like, we don't, like, that's my income. So I have to constantly be on the go. But sometimes it's, I will say, it's very hard to like shut it off. Sometimes it's hard to, like, it'll be in the middle of the night, like midnight, and I'll get a business idea and I'll be up until like 1, 2 in the morning, like writing in my journal or like editing something, or like, I don't know. It's very hard to shut off. Like, once you have that mindset, it's hard to get out of it. And sometimes that's bad because like if I'm with my family or I'm with my kids or something, like in the back of my mind, sometimes I'll be thinking about content or thinking I'll get an idea, or I'll think about, oh, I could do this in my lash business. So it is hard sometimes to just like shut it off and be present. But I try to compartmentalize. And what compartmentalization is, which men, they compartmentalize very easily. Like, if they're playing a video game, they're only focused on the video game. They're not thinking about shoes. They're not thinking about dinner. They're not thinking about anything else. Women, we multitask, and it's like in our nature to just do multiple things at once. And what I learned is that it's actually more effective to, I don't want to say think like a man because it sounds so cliche, but it is almost more effective to think like a man. Like, if you compartmentalize and only focus on one thing at a time, you will get it done quicker and more efficiently because you're only focused on that one task at hand. So it's actually sometimes a downfall to multitasking. Compartmentalization is healthy for you, and like, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, I'm not really doing anything for Valentine's Day except for creating content, and I bought myself a few things for Valentine's Day. Like, for example, I'm back in the gym, so I bought myself a gallon of water. That's really cute as a motivational way to keep, to keep my water intake every day. And then I got like this robe. I got some flowers. They're fake flowers. They're from Amazon, but cute for content and cute for photos. So yeah, I got myself that. I got myself some chocolates and 2 different perfumes. And yeah, and I think that it's important to treat yourself a lot of the times, because if you don't do it, who else is going to? Like, you literally set the standard. And like, also for me, I have been nurturing my love languages, and I would always never admit that my love language was gifts, because I thought it was selfish and I thought people would think that I'm materialistic and stuff like that. But all of my family members give me gifts, and I love that they give me gifts, and I think that's how they show their love, and that's how I receive love, is through gifts. So like, my mom and dad will gift me stuff, and my grandma will gift me stuff, and I will gift myself stuff, and I gift my kids stuff, and that's just my love language. And I would deny it kind of in relationships, because I just didn't want to come across as like superficial or materialistic, you know what I mean? Like, I would be afraid of judgment, but that really is my love language. So don't be afraid of your love language. Like, mine is I would say first, mine is quality time, because that's huge to me. Quality time, words of affirmation, then gifts, then acts of touch. No, I mean, I like physical touch too. I don't know. I would say quality time and physical touch, words of affirmation and gifts, and then acts of service are kind of last. Like, you don't really need to do stuff for me, but like, I would rather somebody like spend quality time with me while I'm doing stuff. Like, be with me while I'm running to Starbucks and Target, like, but also be touching me and telling me I'm beautiful while buying me the Starbucks. I like them all. I do really like them all, honestly, but yeah, just don't deny your love language, okay? Just don't deny it. Like, if you love getting gifts, don't act like you're the girl that's like, oh no, it's fine, you don't do that, because then you're selling yourself short, and like, you're not living up to the standard of your own life, you know what I mean? So don't act like you don't like something if that's what you really want and that's like your expectation or your standard, I guess. Don't act like that's not what you want for yourself, because that's no bueno. Alright, I think I'm going to do the eyeshadow now. Oh, this is the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette. I love this palette. This palette is like crack in the 80s. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. But I like Forever Young, and I like 143. If you don't know what 143 means, which is like a very old school saying, that means I love you, 143. And she always says that, so I thought it was so cute that she did that. And let's talk about the OGs. The OGs are moms now. Like, that's so crazy. Like, Nicole Guerrero and Carly Bible, they're like my favorite. Those are like my OGs, right? And they are both moms now. It's so crazy, like, how much has happened. I remember watching them literally like 10 years ago and be like, I'm gonna be like them someday, watch. And like, here I am trying to be like them. Honestly, now the people who I consume the most that are YouTubers, I would say, is Kyra, Unique, and Aaliyah's Face. Like, Aaliyah is just that girl. Like, even though she doesn't like coin herself as like black girl luxury, and she doesn't coin herself as like being that girl, like, she is the epitome, like the definition of that girl and like black girl luxury. Honestly, she is, and she's who all the girlies like look up to and kind of emulate and stuff like that. So she's that girl. Also, let's talk about this, because like, I've been getting so mad that people have just been copying me, girl, like left and right. Like, will copy my nails, will copy my outfits, will copy, like, I wear these Prada boots, and they're my favorite Prada boots. And like, if you don't know my style, I'm kind of like emo, urban emo. Like, I don't really know, like hood emo. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like kind of urban, kind of emo, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like this rocker touch to it, I guess. And so I have like a very specific style. I'm not saying I'm the only person to ever do this, but I really love these Prada boots that I have, and they're like my favorite boots ever. And the reason why I got them is because Chris Brown wore them. That's the only reason why I bought them. Not gonna lie, I copy his style. Like, I'm inspired by him obviously all the time, and the way that he dresses is just like nobody I've ever seen. And I just do the female version of it, or the feminine version of it, and people will copy me, and it used to make me so mad, right? But one of my friends was like, how are you going to want to be an influencer and then get mad when you're influential? And I was like mind blown, like, oh, you're right. And so like, if I'm influencing people and they're copying me, it's working. I'm being influential. So yeah, I don't know. Like I used to get so mad about it, and now it's kind of like a compliment, honestly. Even if their intention is not good, like you're still like on their mind and you're impacting them in some kind of way. So if they hate you and they're copying you, or they're jealous or envious of you and they're copying you, you're still on their mind. And if they love you and they're inspired by you and they're copying you, you're still on their mind. Like it's still attention, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like the Kardashian thing where like no publicity is bad publicity. Like they're still giving you that energy basically, if it's good or bad. So yeah, I don't know, I just don't look at it as a bad thing anymore. And like I don't know, I just would get so irritated, like, oh, give me credit for it. Like the credit for it is them copying you. That's the credit. They're copying you and you know it and they know it and they're inspired, and so that is the credit. Like they don't need to say it because it shows, like you're influential. So if people copy you, don't feel offended. It's just a compliment that you're doing it, like you're that girl, you know what I mean? Like that's like if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything right. If you don't have people copying you, like you're not doing something right, because obviously people are going to be inspired by you. And I'm inspired by other people too all of the time. I say this all the time, but I just give credit when credit is due. And like people, I know girls, some mean girls from my city, they have literally like DMs and screenshots of me like applauding them and like saying, oh, you're so inspiring, and oh, I look up to you, even if they're younger than me. And like I bet you them same girls I inspire, and they would never ever acknowledge it. Never. But that's okay, because not everybody is the same, you know? Like not everybody is gonna be like that. But me, I'm really like a girl's girl. Like I really root for people. Like I know that there's enough for all of us to eat, and anything that you do will never take away from what's going on for me. And like respectfully, you could never be me, and I would never ever want to be you. Like respectfully or disrespectfully, whatever how you take it. But I'm just filling in my brows a little bit with the Wow Brow from e.l.f. and I don't know what color this is in, but deep brown. And I'm also going to use this NYX brow glue. So I'm just doing the hairs on my brows to stand up a little. It's to give it a little bit of the feather effect. Not too much, because I don't like the feather effect like that. But I just want my brow hairs to stay in place. Took too much off. So yeah, I really want to know like what kind of content you guys would like to see from me. Do you like these sit down? I feel like nobody does sit down tutorials anymore. Like everybody wants to be a vlogger, and like right now me vlogging, I only like vlogging when I have something really like fun going on. Like my day-to-day life, it doesn't really like seem exciting to me, I guess. So I wouldn't want to like show my everyday life all the time. Or like the apartment that I have is not like a luxury apartment, so then I like get like self-conscious. I'm like, oh, it's not like all these other YouTubers and stuff. And I know you shouldn't compare yourself, but I just want my content to be at a specific standard. And so if it's not, and I'm like not really liking the place where I live to show it on camera, then the content is going to be the best quality, and then I'm not going to want to edit it, and I'm not going to want to post it. So maybe once I move, then I'll post more content. So maybe that just means I should move, right? Find a better place. There's one place that I have in mind that I really, really do want to move, but since I'm an OG Carly Bible follower, I really want my place to have white marble flooring, or at least a white marble bathroom and kitchen. Like those are my non-negotiables. If it does not have white marble flooring or countertop, like I just don't want it. Like it's not for me, girl. It's not for me. It's just not for me. So I have to find a place that is going to be what I want, which I found one. The kitchen isn't white marble, but the bathroom is, and the bathroom is gorgeous, and it has like a his and her mirror. Even though I don't have a him, it's still cute. So I want it. And it's 3-bedroom, and it's like in a really nice location. And yeah, but the only thing is that I pay rent twice, and I pay We Energies twice, and I pay Wi-Fi twice. So it will, like, my bills will pretty much double if I move into a more like extravagant place. But maybe with this I will be able to do it. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated if I ever go on and apartment tour, house hunting tour, I'll take you guys with me for sure. I know people love that. Like, I love seeing that stuff, like people going like shopping for cars and people going shopping for apartments. It's exciting being a part of the process, and you kind of like grow with people. Like, as people grow, you're like, oh dang, I remember when you were in the place you didn't like, and now look at you, you literally spoke your apartment into existence. And it's just nice to see that stuff, because when I follow people and I see that, I'm like, oh my god. And it's like when they win, I feel like I win too, you know what I mean? All right, my camera rudely cut off because it said that it overheated, and I didn't know that this camera did that, because this is my first sit down video with this camera, to be honest. So I fixed my brows off camera because I didn't really like how they were looking at first. So I'm just gonna do a lip. I'm gonna do a lip, and I forgot to put my primer on, so I'm gonna do white liner and the little dot thing. Do y'all remember Aaliyah's face when she did the little white dot thing? I'm gonna do that. And I did add a little bit of tail to my brows because I do need a touch up, so I just added them. I did that with the e.l.f. I don't know, espresso dip brow thing. It's kind of like the Anastasia one, but way more affordable, to be honest. If you use the right brush, it's like the same thing. And I used the NYX brow gel one, and where's the other one? The e.l.f. one. It's right here. The e.l.f. Wow Brow. So literally all the products, to be honest, of like working in like prestige, it's called prestige makeup, and that's like your Too Faced, your Tarte, your NARS, your Fenty, your MAC. All of those are like prestige brands. Like, your prestige brands may use a little bit like higher ingredients, but they're literally made all the same. And so the affordable ones can work just as well if you use the correct brush and the correct blending technique or application technique. They're pretty much all the same, to be honest. Like, to be honest, in my opinion, my personal opinion, they're pretty much the same. Now, I will say, like, when I worked at MAC and I wore MAC, some of the products would wear a little differently or last a little bit longer. So like a little bit different quality to a certain extent. But if I like prepped and primed my skin, had really good skincare, my skin was really flawless and good. Like, drugstore or prestige makeup, my makeup wore well. So it also depends on your skin type too, because if you have like really oily skin, no matter what type of makeup brand you wear, you might just get oily at the end of the day. That really has nothing to do with the makeup. It has to do with your skin type. So so I just fixed the white dots, and this is basically the makeup look, my everyday go-to makeup look, but make it Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoyed watching this chit chat get ready with me, and if you want to see more videos like this, just don't forget to smash that notification bell so you can be a part of the glam fam. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can be linked in on my newest content. I'm back and I'm better, and I'm so glad to be back, and I missed all you guys, and I can't wait to talk to and meet all of my new followers as well. So subscribers, you guys are like my family, or my glam fam. So thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. See, little baby's me. I'm little baby. See, little baby's me. Bye.